I read an article. It was an investigation into the United States colonial-like nature of dominating international markets with baby formula. And so really interesting stuff. They went to Thailand, and Thailand actually has a double problem. Their problem is that a decent amount of their babies are morbidly obese. You'll see a picture of the one that went viral, and it was because he was drinking not just infant formula, but also they call it toddler milk. So toddler milk was something that was created to make these formula companies money because they could get around regulations that the FDA have on infant formula, because it's not technically infant formula, it's toddler milk, and it contains a lot of additives and just a bunch of crap, but they can market it internationally. So they're marketing it to Thailand. So kids are either really obese or really skinny. And so the Thai government was trying to protect their own citizens by passing laws against aggressive advertising of these infant formulas and baby toddlers. And the United States actually threatened to withhold aid to places like Ecuador and other places if they passed these laws, if they didn't rescind them.
Hate my own government sometimes.
Exactly. They specifically in Thailand, they were talking about like trade. They were saying like, oh, this would be bad for trade, or this would be a part of like international trade. So you better do this. Otherwise, we're not going to play ball with you. So the toddler milk thing was interesting. I wasn't even aware of that. But this is in like 15 different countries. We've been exposed for interfering in their own lawmaking when it comes to infant formula and this toddler milk. So the stats that I have is more than 1 in 10 Thai children under 5 years old face what researchers call a double burden of malnutrition that leaves some struggling with obesity and others lagging behind growth targets. Of course, what can help with all of this? Do you have any guesses?
Breast milk.
Breastfeeding. Correct.
Again, natural people.
It all gets back to we're wrapping this episode in a bow. There's aggressive marketing for these toddler milks and infant formulas and against breastfeeding. So it's not just, hey, we want to sell this stuff. We're going to sell it and discourage what you generate with your own body. And of course, when it comes to breastfeeding, if you start getting a kid on infant formulas and milks, you stop the ability to produce this breast milk. That's all studies show are what's best for your child, can help with cognitive development, connection to the mother, has tons of nutrients.
And better for against getting sick.
Disease as well, yes.
Well, or just colds or whatever, everything. Yeah, their immunity gets stronger.
I have a quote from Mead Johnson's head of global marketing in 2013, what he was telling investors. We have a proven global demand creation model. Capture baby very early on, often before it's born, hold on to them through feeding and their feeding challenges, and extend them as long as possible. That's a quote from 2013. So yeah, not proud of American government here. And this was actually going on. This was going on during the Trump administration and during the Biden administration. Neither have done anything to solve this. They continue to push these interests of big companies like Abbott and other producers of infant formula and what's called toddler milk now. And it just reminded me of when we went on our staff retreat to Our Lady of La Leche, and how beautiful and striking that was to see Our Lady breastfeeding Jesus. It always reminds me of their humanity, which is sometimes hard for me to grasp, but Jesus and Mary, of course, both fully human. And that connection between mother and child, it all happens supernaturally. It reminded me of the birth control conversation we were having later as well. And there's been different wars, even in America, over whether or not you should breastfeed or should have formula. And it also it intersects as well in like women joining the workforce. So women joining the workforce, the push to get that to happen, how do you make that happen? You get on birth control and you start giving your kid formula because you don't have time to breastfeed.
Or in our country where people feel like you've got to like leave and go to another room, because if you actually expose like 1% of the breast, people might freak out. It's like, stop it. You're being an idiot. Who cares if she wants to breastfeed right there? Like, how's it ruining your mood? Like, because men have decided that the woman's breast is only to be thought of as sexual, and therefore if a woman is naturally feeding her baby, they got to freak out, men and women both. And I'm like, just shut up.
Gets back to birth control, gets back to pornography, gets back to infant. I mean, talk about wrapping this show in a bow. I mean, come on, guys.
I know.
This is podcasting right here, high level.